Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you some techniques about how to beat Marshal Cor uh, in the duel. As you can see, the video I'm playing here is actually my own footage, and I got to beat Cor in like 10 to 15 tries. It really requires a lot of muscle memory. And as you can see, even though Gladiolus is a very offensive character, you need to play this duel very defensively. Like I would say 85% of the time, you need to defend and leave core vulnerable in order to deal lots of damage. So at the beginning, you actually have to watch out for the attacks that are unleashed right after the blue aura, and when Core does that, you gotta block at the right time to leave him in a vulnerable state. And when you do, you are going to deal your damage. And for his normal attacks, I would say defend them as well and try to build up your gauge. As you can see, when you take damage, if you quickly press square button, you're going to regain the health that you just lost. And if you have played the game, the main game for a long time, this is actually an ability that you unlock, but for this DLC it comes right away. So as you can see, I left him vulnerable, and I drained half of his life, and the real game actually starts after Core reaches half of his health. After that, he starts to unleash his red aura. He doesn't stay in that state for a long time. However, when he does, as you can see, don't try to deal damage on him. Try to get away from him as much as possible. The fighting arena is a long way, so it has a long area that you can use in order to make your escape from uh, Core, even though the sides are very narrow. When he unleashes his red aura, try to get away as much as possible. You can press L3 in order to sprint with Gladiolus, and I would draw like a letter S around the map, just like a snake would, in order to also dodge the knives that Core throws, because if it connects, he's going to immediately like thrust right next to you and starts to deal damage. I've seen like you can also beat him while he's in red aura, but I for like most of the time you're going to get damage more than the damage you deal. So I think it is the best strategy to avoid him while he is in the red stage. When I figured how to not take damage during his red aura, I got pretty close to beating him. And this is another thing, Maelstrom and Dual Master. You want to build up your gauge to the full and unleash your attack while Core is in a vulnerable state. If you don't unleash it, then he's going to dodge all of the attacks, and if you full the gauge like to the fullest, then you will gain the access to Dual Master, which is going to deal so much more damage on top of the one that you've already uh, dealt. I would say the biggest part of this battle is to be able to block at the same time, get rid of the red aura, and use your meter at the right time. As you can see, when Core gets into this red aura, I don't try to damage him at all, and I don't keep running around. My main purpose is to keep as much distance between me and him possible. And when the red aura leaves, I start blocking his attacks again. You can deal a couple damage between times, like you don't have to strictly follow the rules of dodging as much, but as you can see in here, I actually managed to beat him by blocking and dealing damage to him in his vulnerable state. Thank you so much for watching. Don't get frustrated if you cannot beat him in the first time. It is definitely a learning process, but if you keep calm, you are going to get the trophy.